Arcturian Update. Greetings, we are the Arcturians coming through Suzille, even though she's not feeling too well today. Perhaps our energy flow through her will assist her. Suzanne. Shauna, did you wish to begin with whatever questions or comments you wanted to make? Shauna. Yes, thank you. We felt that it might be helpful if we check in on a weekly basis to see if you, the Arcturians, have helpful information to share with us and with others as well. Are there any insights that you felt would be helpful in this now? Arcturians. This is a now of great flux on planet Earth. There are many possible realities that are intertwining, separating, merging. From our perspective, when we look at the energy field of Gaia's atmosphere from her surface and through that third-dimensional realm, we see that there is violet light that is shining through. But there are also a lot of shadows. It is almost as if this violet light is streaking through the fear and the darkness. There is quite a bit of fear, especially in the United States and in some places in Europe that have had quite a bit of challenges. What we are seeing is that those who have aligned themselves with the earth, such as the native peoples, the farmers, as well as anyone who has been able to interact and connect with the planetary energy field, all the ones that are connected to Gaia's energy field, whether they are consciously aware of that connection or not, that these people are grounding these energy fields of violet light that are coming into Gaia's atmosphere via higher frequency energy packages. We, the higher dimensional beings, who are assisting Gaia with her transition, have been sending Earth a great deal of violet light. We send the violet light because that octave of light resonates to the frequency of light that moves into the highest frequency, gamma wave realities. This violet light can make a shift in the future perceptions of humanity who still live in 3D space-time, because it will create a shift in the future. The grounded ones, who resonate beyond Gaia's third-dimensional planet and are free of the third-dimensional matrix, are using the violet light to bring about a potential reality that is filled with light and love. There are also potential realities that are not filled with light or love. In this case, the violet light is seeking out any potential realities that could be damaging to Gaia, her people, her animals, her environment, and all components of Gaia's planetary self. The violet light of transmutation is seeking out any gray streaks of lower frequency fear-based light that is being placed into the atmosphere by the many people who are frightened by the great flux of energy packages that they are unconsciously perceiving. These fearful thoughts and emotions of humanity are occurring because planet Earth is in great flux. Therefore, many people are frightened, as the unknown is one of humanity's greatest fears. Furthermore, the dark ones are purposely putting out the dark energy fields, which are creating a feeling of confrontation within humanity's fourth-dimensional consciousness, as well as Gaia's fourth-dimensional expression of her astral plane. Some humans are having very vivid dreams and/or difficulties sleeping. They are also having meditations in which they cannot get into the higher states of consciousness, as they normally do. We suggest that if any of these things are occurring, that you realize that you are being called on to assist with the grounding of the violet light that we of the higher frequencies are sending into Gaia's atmosphere. We ask that all of those that are awake and aware of the situations that are occurring on the body of dear Gaia, assist with grounding that violet light into the physical body of Gaia. It is through this grounding of the violet light that Gaia can use the transformational energy to assist with Gaia's transmutation into fifth-dimensional New Earth. Arcturians. Did you wish to ask a question? Shauna. Yes, I think my main concern is always how we can best influence that high potential reality that you mention, which would be the highest frequency. I suppose that the way that we can assist is by grounding the energy that is being sent into and through us. Do you have any other suggestions on how we can help and what we are capable of doing at this time? Arcturians. As you, the members of humanity, use yourself as a portal of life and light, you greatly assist in bringing in the higher energy fields into Gaia's planet. Because there is still some darkness in the astral plane, especially in the now, because there are many changes, which often frighten the humans. There is also a great deal of fear that the Dark Ones are placing into the lower subplanes of the fourth-dimensional astral plane. Fortunately, when the harbingers of light, the awakened ones, open their portals of light, they can pull through that higher frequency. Our volunteers to take an Earth vessel can actually pull the higher light through their physical bodies and into the body of Gaia. What is happening now is that more and more humans are consciously accepting that higher light as it moves through their body. First they allow the higher light to transmute themselves, which allows them a much greater power and intention to share that transmutation with the planet. In return, planet Gaia grounds the humans so they can take in the higher and higher energy fields without damaging their fragile third-dimensional vehicles. Most important, these transmuted ones are offering themselves as a human portal. As human portals take the higher frequencies of light and the rays of transmutational violet light through their portal and all the way down into the core of Gaia, within her core, Gaia shares these higher energies with the mighty beings that are waiting in Gaia's fifth-dimensional core, to assist those on the surface to transmute the entire planet. Shauna. Is there a critical mass that we are, where we have enough of an influence to be able to create that highest potential reality? Arcturians. Yes, the critical mass is an important component of this process. As this critical mass is achieved, there will be a splitting off of realities because there are members of humanity that are not really members of humanity. These beings are the laggards who have not been able to reach that critical mass to assist in their former planetary ascension, because these lost ones were lost in the illusion of power over others. The laggards have gone from reality to reality, planet to planet. Their job has been to be the representatives of darkness and fear. These lost ones enter third-dimensional planets to experience the oppositions between the dark and the light. However, as Gaia moves into her fifth-dimensional expression of self, that time-space that creates separation will merge into the now of the One, which creates unity with all life. Darkness cannot survive within the frequency of the fifth-dimensional now. What will occur is that, just as a dry leaf is thrown into a fire, their lower frequency of resonance will be instantly transmuted into being a component of the fire. On the other hand, those that are able to allow themselves to embrace the energy fields of light and love will experience a great transmutation within their reality. Now we wish to let them know that very often this is not initially very comfortable, because what will occur with humanity is much what will occur with the human society as a whole, in that the darkness must come to the surface. Because humanity has been taught to hide the darkness deep into their unconscious mind, it must be revealed on planet Earth so that humanity can use the violet fire and unconditional love to transmute the darkness and heal its pain with unconditional love. When the pain that created the darkness fear is uncovered, it can finally be healed with the gift of unconditional love. Humans, whether they know it or not, are representative of Earth via their elemental system, which is exactly the same as the Earth's elemental system. Therefore, as humans shift within themselves, they will assist Gaia in making her shifts within herself. In order to release that which is of a lower frequency, a person or a planet must become aware of that which they are releasing. The experience of awareness of their inner fear, inner conflict, past lives, as well as the full awareness of what is truly happening, can be one of the most frightening aspects of third-dimensional life. As the lies that hide their fear are replaced with the truth, their fear comes to the surface where it can be unconditionally loved, as unconditional love is an antidote to all fear. Then the unconditional love will allow humanity to consciously confront the darkness that is still a component of Gaia's third-dimensional operating system. Gaia's third-dimensional operating system is an operating system in which there are polarities of light and dark. What will assist Gaia to shift into her fifth-dimensional operating system will be to close those polarities of light and dark and move it into the knowingness of the truth. Then, the truth can heal the waves of darkness with the waves of higher light. While in the fifth-dimensional state of consciousness, you can consciously perceive all polarities, as well as that which is in between the polarities. In other words, they are no longer perceived as separate, because you can see the in-between that unites the polarities into the one. as long as our human representatives who are so brave to take embodiments within this now protect themselves with unconditional love and with violet fire, they have a shield around themselves to protect them while they work for Gaia. The other thing that protects humanity is that, when they are doing the work for Gaia, they are integrating their energy field into the planetary energy field. This merging of person and planet offers humanity a great deal of protection, because then humans have the power and the energy field of the entire planet. Therefore, they are able to do greater works more often. Because so many of you are representatives that have chosen to take an incarnation during this now, we advise that you remember your fifth dimensional self on a conscious level. Remember the component of your multidimensional being that is serving on the starship, or perhaps on your homeworld. Then connect yourself, intertwine yourself, with this higher dimensional expression of who you truly are. As you integrate your own higher dimensional expression of self into your physical consciousness, you can then send it into the core of Gaia, which allows you to feel secure as you assist Gaia. Now, we Arcturians are aware that we have made this statement multiple times, but we are also aware that in the midst of challenges of your current reality, this information cannot be repeated enough. Shauna. I feel that that's very helpful in aligning us to the efforts that we can participate in, to contribute to the highest, most impactful way. So I think that's a perfect description of how we can contribute. Arcturians. Yes, and as one is consciously and actively contributing to planetary transition, you will look at the dark side, the fearful side, the challenging side of reality from a very different viewpoint. You will realize that you are not victims. Instead, you are warriors for the light. As warriors for the light, you might come into situations in which you realize that in order to expand your consciousness, you must go into your own fears, your own doubts and your own issues. As you do so, you can realize that, no, this is not something that is wrong with me. No, I am not a bad person. I am a person who is transmuting my reality into the higher frequency. And through this transmutation, I will become aware of a component of myself that I had, prior in my life, had to look away from, had to ignore. I did not have the strength to face this component of myself, and I did not have the strength to face that I am not just human, that I am a multidimensional being, and it is the now for me to fully awaken to these higher frequencies of myself within my everyday life and especially within the parts of my life that are challenging. For it is those challenging parts of your lives through which you will grow. It is the challenging parts of your life through which you will remember your own higher frequency of self in the conscious, active, interactive, moment-by-moment manner. Shauna. I think it's always a helpful reminder as we face the challenges of working towards resolving polarities, releasing fear, and transmuting our world. It's helpful to have the assistance that you provide, so that we can effectively be the portals of light and assist others to recognize the truth of what is occurring, as well as how we can perceive these truths from our higher frequency consciousness. Arcturians. Yes, and when we state that your life is going through great transition, we wish to add congratulations. Transmitted by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com